I wonder if maybe I should start this episode by spinning. Should I spin on camera? I feel like I would get performance anxiety. Hello everybody, welcome back to The Stash. My name is Jess and I'm the owner and dyer at Skein in the Stitch. So at Skein in the Stitch, I hand dye yarn and fiber for knitters, crocheters, spinners, weavers, crafters of all stripes. So today I thought I'd give you a really interesting look into my fiber stash. So I have a yarn stash and I also have a fiber stash, but I thought specifically because I'm really not buying yarn this year, I've decided I really want to stash down. I want to start reducing the amount of superwash yarns in my stash. And I picked up spinning at the beginning of the year and I've just run away with it. So I would like to kind of talk you through, as a dyer, the fibers that are in my stash, kind of my project plans for them, what I hope to accomplish this year. So we're gonna look through my stash, and I'm excited because there's some really beautiful gems that I have either bought, swapped, or traded. So yeah, been gifted. So yes, really excited. So let's get started. Right, so the first fiber I'm going to show you from my personal stash is actually not fiber. This is a club. So I thought I would just show you them all together. So this, I have subscribed to Laura's club this year. You might know her as a Lonely Knitter, Folk Yarn Studio, or the director of East Anglia Yarn Festival. Well, she has a club this year called Magical Worlds. And not only can you get like a sock set, but there's a fiber component. And I signed up because I really liked her mood boards. They're very beautiful, bright, punchy, which I thought was very Laura's style, and I liked them. I thought they were really pretty, but also because every month the fiber content changes. So I thought this is a great way for me to kind of spin my way through a bunch of different blends this year, try something new, support a friend, and get some beautiful fiber out of it. So like a win all around. So I thought I would take you through what I have, the clubs so far, and then we can have a little chit chat about plans, because I think it'd be kind of cool to spin some of them together. So let's start with the first one. This is January's. It's called The Clouds. Show that to the camera. Really, really pretty. I like all the different colors, like these pinks and blues and purples. I think this will spin up really, really nicely. So this is her folk fiber blend. And this is something, if you are familiar with Folk Fiber Studio, this is something that she has custom spun into yarn, and also there's the fiber component to dye. So this is her East Anglian blend, which features sheep found in East Anglia, where she's from. So this is 60% Romney, 20% BFL, and 20% Suffolk. Really pretty. I'm curious to see how this spins up because I've never worked with this fiber before. So yeah, I thought this would be really fun to try. So the next installation is February. This is called The Tower. Really nice punchy reds and purples. I think this is gonna look really pretty spun up. I think the colors will blend really nicely together. This is a Jacob top, and this feels a bit more, it's not like rough, but it's more textured. This feels a bit more not really rustic, but it feels more textured to me than anything I have worked with before. So I'm kind of curious to see how this spins up, what it feels like. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting blend or fiber to work with. So that is February's. And then this is March. Really, really pretty. Look at these beautiful colors. There's a little logo. This is March's colorway, which is called the Galaxy. Definitely see the space vibes. So like that blue, like, I'm sorry, that's just so pretty. And this is Corriedale fiber. So this will spin up really nice. I'm kind of looking forward to working with this. I think this is really, really pretty. And I think this will make some really nice yarn spun up. And then this is the latest installation so far. This is April's colorway called The Seas. And this is BFL top, white BFL top. Really nice, really soft, really pretty. So I have kind of this idea that I could spin these colorways as singles and then ply them together. I heard you're allowed to mix like different plies of fiber together, because I don't think that Laura's designing it as a fade per se, but I know that the colors kind of follow along a little bit one after the other. So I thought it would be cool to kind of spin a single of all of these different braids and then kind of mix and match the plies together. I have no idea what I want to do with it. I think I'm going to spin it and then see what happens, but it would be kind of cool if I could use a project that had, I mean, there's going to be 12 braids. So it's like, that's like 1,200 grams of yarn. So I might have to obviously split it within a couple of different projects, but I think it would be really cool to mix the braids together or kind of mix and match, because the two ones in the middle here, I think these would look really interesting together. I think the colors would really complement each other. And then actually these would actually look really nice together. And there's BFL here, this is 100% BFL here, and then this has BFL in it. So I think that actually compositionally would go really well together. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna spin them into singles and then kind of mix and match them. But I'm excited to see what fibers that she does throughout the year. I like the surprise of like not knowing the color, but also not knowing the fiber. I think, especially someone who dyes a lot, it's nice to kind of just sit back and just get stuff in the post. When people ask me, it's kind of like eating at a restaurant, right? So it's nice to not have to cook and not have to clean, but just go to the restaurant, say what you want, eat it, enjoy it, and then pay and leave. So that's kind of me buying fiber or yarn from another dyer is the equivalent of like going to a restaurant versus cooking and eating your own food. Like, it's just nice to support friends, eat some delicious food / work with their yarn and fiber, and then not have to worry about dyeing it. So yeah, I love that. Okay, this braid of fiber is actually really sentimental for me. This is the first braid of fiber that I ever purchased. This is from the Little Fiber Company. I bought this at Flock in Seattle this past year before I even knew how to spin. Lauren is the wonderful lady who runs Little Fiber Company, and she is based out of Philadelphia. She is a lovely human being. I think she dyes the most gorgeous yarn and fiber. And so this is a 100% American Rambouillet. On the colorway is called Pavlova. It's just so pretty. I really wish I bought more. But at the time that I bought this, I didn't know how to spin. I wasn't buying a lot of fiber. I wasn't buying any fiber, to be honest. And I went to her booth at Flock and I just saw it and it just looked so pretty, and I thought, I'm gonna buy this as like a promise to myself that I will learn how to spin. Like, I'm definitely good. This is like me saying to the universe, watch out, I'm gonna be a spinner. So I bought it, and with like the intention of eventually being good enough to spin it one day. And I feel like that time is rapidly approaching. I feel like my skills have improved so much, and I feel like I have more of an idea of what I'm doing with my wheel, and I feel like this braid will eventually become very sentimental yarn that I will use in a very sentimental project, and it will just remind me of the journey. And actually, fun fact about this, when I was learning how to spin, my e-spinner, I was really struggling with it, and Lauren very, very generously came into my DMs with a couple of videos that she had filmed herself spinning, because we have the same e-spinner. So she's filmed a couple of videos of her loading up her bobbin, and that like made something of the way she explained how she like drafted the fiber and loaded the bobbin and used the e-spinner. It was like something clicked in my brain, and it was, yeah, the way she explained it, just like, it was like someone switched the light on, and I was like, oh, I get it. And then from there, it was like off to the races, and I've been spinning ever since. So I owe Lauren, I feel like I owe her a decent amount. So from the initial inspiration to spin to actually helping me come to grips with my machine. So this is very sentimental, and eventually it will get made to something sentimental. Right. Well, this braid of fiber, I've actually showed it on camera before, so I'm sorry. This is come undone. I'm very sorry. You've seen me do this, but this is a braid of BFL from Sierra at Ballyhoura Fibres called Giant's Causeway. I showed this on my East Anglia Yarn Festival video a couple videos back, where I talked about my experience at the festival and also my haul. So if you watched that, you will know that I swapped Sierra for this, and I have made it. It used to be like a really nice spiral, and it's come out of its spiral, which is fine because it needs to be spun up anyway. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I really want to ply it with something else, like kind of dark, and make like a moody little yarn with it. I think that'd be really cool. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I really need to do something cool because that would be super, super fun. This fiber is another braid that I got at East Anglia Yarn Festival. This is from Needle and Thread. Really pretty. These colors are just stunning. Like, that's just gorgeous. I love it. Right, so this is from Needle and Thread. Lovely Libby at Needle and Thread. And this braid is Alpaca, BFL, and Polworth. So this is gonna spin up beautifully. I love anything with Polworth. I haven't worked with Alpaca before, so we will see how it spins. I'm kind of curious to try it. I think my philosophy with going into spinning and like building up my fiber collection is I want to try different things as much as possible. I really want to kind of broaden my horizons with what's on my wheel and what's on my bobbins, and like trying, because obviously you make yarn out of what you spin. I want to try different types of yarn. I like mixing the colors and experimenting with like breaking down a braid and like moving different parts of a color onto a bobbin. So like there's a whole science and art to like spinning, not just like the technical part of like how to actually spin, but breaking up a braid and like the different ways you can spin to get different color changes. Like it's a whole other world that I'm learning, and I don't necessarily know, I don't know everything. Obviously I don't know everything, but I'm starting to learn, and like I am diving in, which is probably why I'm not buying yarn this year, really, because there's so much to learn, and it's just, I'm really enjoying the process so far. Right, and the next fiber in my stash is actually from a swap. So Lauren from Treehouse Knits and I swapped fiber a couple months back. It was meant to be a Christmas exchange, and then it never happened on Christmas because we both got so busy. So it kind of happened in the new year, and she asked me what I liked, and I said Dyer's Choice, and I love doing that with Dyer friends. I love saying, I don't care, send me what you like, because I trust your judgment. And anyone who's a friend of mine who's a Dyer, I'm like, I trust your judgment. So she sent me some belters of yarn. These are one-of-a-kind lots from some of her stuff. So this one, they don't have any names. This is so delicious. When she sent me this, I died. I'm gonna have a fun time spinning this. This is 100% 14.5 micron merino non-superwash. Like, look at this. I wish you could feel this fiber. It is incredibly soft. It is so delicious. This will spin so softly, and so it feels like cashmere. So this is stunning. Look at this. This is a one-of-a-kind braid. I don't know what I'm gonna work with this, but this is gonna work up into something nice. So this is actually around 200 grams for this braid. This is 100% Cormo. So it's 8 ounces. I don't know what colorway this is, but whew, that's beautiful. Look at that. So I love the oranges, the purples, there's some blues and greens in here. Like I feel like looking at it real life is really different than seeing it on camera. But yeah, so when she sent me these, I was like, skills. So the Cormo is like roughly 2 braids worth. So I'm thinking of pairing it with another project. So hold on, I'll show you the other braid, and then we'll chat about how this is gonna work together. Okay, so I will explain this with this in just a second. So this is, I'm gonna butcher this name, Ray, I'm very sorry. This is from Zeezee Textiles. It's Elberdritschel. We call her LB. I'm just gonna call it LB. That's what Ray calls it. So this is LB. I got 2 braids. This is American Rambouillet. Like, look at this. I got 2 of these. They are stunning. And I really wanted to spin something dark and moody. So I'm thinking it might be really fun. Oh no, I'm losing fiber. I thought it might be really fun to ply these together. How cool would this be to ply these together? I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be a really interesting sweater spin. So, which means I have 200 grams of this and like roughly a little bit more than 200 grams of this. Boom, together. Wouldn't that be cool? So yeah, I think we're gonna have to spin those together to have like the moody autumnal yarn of my dreams. Wouldn't that be so cool? And then like a sweater quantity or something. 400 grams. If you spin it fine enough, that's definitely sweater quantity, maybe. Or like moody shawl territory. I feel like it's one of those things, I'll spin it and then the fiber will tell me what it wants to become, and then I'll go, yes ma'am. Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where yeah, the fiber has to tell me what it wants to be. I think with a lot of these, people are like, what are you going to make? And I'm like, I don't know. We will see what it wants to become. Right, and the last bit of fiber in my stash, this is not in braid form, this is in like just loose fiber form. This is a Polworth blend that I purchased. I haven't dyed this. This is not dyed by any indie dyer. This is called, for lack of a better term, rhubarb crumble, and you can see it's got like little neps in it. It's really, really pretty. It's got this light pink color, and there's like aspects of like the neps of like orange, and there's a little bit of yellow and pink and purple. So this is kind of like a tweed. It'll like work up a little bit with tweed, and I have a lot of it. So I have about 800 grams of this, 700, 800 grams. So the idea is that I really would like that to be a sweater spin. I would like to spin ideally for like a DK weight and then knit a garment out of all of the fiber that I've spun, which I feel like will make me really smug. I feel like knitting something with the yarn that I have spun, that I have hand knit and made, I will just wear it and feel like a boss. I think that's how I'm gonna feel, which, you know, I like that. So I think that's something I'll try to do this year. So I thought that'd be really interesting to do a sweater spin and then to try and work on a sweater. So in terms of projects that I have planned, I think I'm just gonna try, initially I really wanna work my way through the Lonely Knitter braids because they're coming every month, so I don't really want to get too much of a big backlog with those braids. I would really like to start and kind of continue to spin them as I get them. It's like wishful thinking because I have a lot, the business is busy, thankfully, but so I really need to kind of get on that soon and start spinning those up and then plying them together and getting the yarn and then knitting the projects, because the fiber is great, but it takes a lot of space in my stash, so I really need to like now turn it into yarn. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year, starting with the Lonely Knitter braids. And in addition to lots of fiber in my stash that I have purchased, well, not lots, but a decent amount of fiber in my stash, every month for the Enchanted Yarn Society and quarterly for the boxes, I'm taking braids of fiber. So these are the variegated. This is February, and this is April's. I haven't done March's yet. Look at that. I really like these colors. It's just really, really pretty on the bobbin. And then this is February's. And actually, this is my spring box one that I have. Is the camera going to focus on this? Yes, it is. The bobbin looks a bit wonky because this is me still learning how to keep a nice, tidy bobbin. I feel like this is a better representation of what I've currently been spinning. It's a little, you know, it's not super easy, but sorry. But I feel like I'm like the improvement is quite clear. So yes. Anyway, so the point is that in the Enchanted Yarn Society, I'm taking braids every month and spinning them up and plying them together. So I'm currently working on, for the spring boxes, it came with a main braid of fiber, and then you had the option of adding little mini bumps of fiber to go with it in like there are 5 different colors, solid colors. So I'm currently spinning those one after the other, and then I'll apply them together, and the idea is that the colors will progress throughout. So we'll see if my gamble pays off. We'll see what the final yarn looks like, but I think it will look really cool, and I'm kind of excited to try. I'm like over halfway finished plying all this together, so I'm hoping this weekend, because it's a long bank holiday May weekend, to finish that so I can let the bobbins rest and then ply them together. And then this one, I think it would be kind of fun maybe to ply a couple of variegateds together from Enchanted Yarn Society. I don't know, I need to get them off the bobbins so I can do other things with my bobbins. But part of me wants to like start plying the variegateds together, but then I also have the semi-solid braids. I like working with semi-solid colorways too, because it provides like a really nice contrast with the variegated, like they're designed to work together and to look nice together. So I don't know. we will see. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, but I also have a lot of fiber that I am dyeing and I want to spin because I also want to show people what the fiber looks like spun up. So in terms of like advertising, to kind of say, hey, you know, this is the fiber in the braid, but look what it could make. So kind of showing people. So there's a reason why I keep spinning up my own fiber as well, is because I want to show people. So that's kind of also lurking in the background of my stash every month. My collection kind of grows a bit more and I just need to spin a lot. Yeah, so that's my goal this year, is to get through all of the braids for my Enchanted Yarn Society and my boxes, but also to kind of slowly work through my own personal stash. And it's going to keep growing, which is fine. But yeah, I am excited. And I feel like breaking down a braid and spinning it into a bobbin takes less time than knitting a project. Like if I really concentrate on spinning, I can spin an entire 100-gram braid in like 2-3 days. So I feel like if I really kind of like hunker down and focus on spinning, I can do quite a lot in a very short amount of time. And my e-spinner is kind of small and portable. So if I wanted to like travel, or if I'm going to go visit my in-laws, I can bring it with me. And it's kind of, and also my e-spinner, I can technically put a battery pack on it. So I don't even need an access to like an outlet to use it. I'm actually going to show you my e-spinner real quick. So this is my current e-spinner that I'm using. This is an Electric Eel 6.1 from Dreaming Robots. And as you can see, I'm working my way through the Springbox minis. And the idea is that I will eventually be plying it with this. So yes, I'm working on this nice yellow. I don't have a name for this yellow. I think it's called Sunshine or something. It's in my shop update actually. But yeah, I really like this machine. Sometimes though, it can feel a little bit unbalanced and it like shakes a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's, almost certainly it is user error. So, and yeah, but so far so good. I'm really enjoying learning how to spin. I feel like my spinning has started to become a lot more consistent. And yeah, you can kind of see. I'm trying really hard for bobbin discipline to kind of make, as I'm spinning, to make my singles like go evenly on the bobbin. I feel like my first attempts at spinning, my bobbin was like really chunky and wonky, and I feel like the weight of it spinning kind of threw the, like kind of threw the whole machine off and it would vibrate. But I think the more disciplined I am with loading my bobbin like more evenly, the better it spins. So I think part of that is user error. Part of that is me kind of learning how to work with this machine. But you know, honestly, it's been really great. And I would eventually like to upgrade to a treadle wheel, but I think I don't really have a lot of space in my home where I can have a treadle wheel. With a treadle wheel, you also have to learn treadling, and I like the fact that with my e-spinner, I can set the twist like I don't know if you can see this button right here. It says S twist and Z twist. So I spin all my singles S and then I ply with Z. So I just remember, it's just easier for me to kind of keep track of things if I have everything kind of set that way. But I feel like with a treadle wheel, you have to remember which way you've started spinning it, and you also have to keep consistent treadling. So I haven't really tried to spin on a treadle wheel. I think it'd be something I'd like to eventually do. But I think right now when I'm learning how to spin, I'm still kind of improving my drafting skills and, you know, kind of learning a lot more about fiber. I think the e-spinner is a good machine for me right now. I also love that it's small, it's portable. Like this lives on my bookcase next to a couple books. Like this is about 2 books width of an e-spinner, you know, so it's really small. I can tuck it away from the kids. I also like it because the bookshelf here lives next to my kitchen table. So when the kids are like having breakfast or doing homework or, you know, eating their dinner or something, and I have something, I can sitting at the table next to them and I can spin for 5 or 10 minutes, or, you know, they're watching TV or they're playing in their rooms and I can kind of take it down. I can do like little short bursts of spinning. So I'm not like, I don't have to feel like I have to take out the spinner, you know, my treadle wheel to do like an hour long worth of spinning. I feel like I get these little pockets throughout my day, or I can, you know, I've got 10 minutes before I have to leave to pick up the kids from school, or I've got 10 minutes, you know, before the kids wake up, or, you know, whatever, you know, I feel like I can justify kind of taking the wheel out, plugging it in, and then quickly getting to my spinning, which I really like. It does come with a foot pedal, but I really don't use it. I don't know, I don't like it that much. I know some people have changed, like the Electric Eel, you can put different foot pedals in, but I just switch it on and I keep going. So I don't know if I'm missing a trick with a foot pedal, but I just kind of just turn it on and off I go. I think I will eventually get another e-spinner. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying other things, but for now, the Electric Eel is doing just fine. I actually did buy a new orifice, 3D printed, and this has like a little notch cut into it. So you can see like the fiber here, the single, I don't know if this is focusing, but the fiber is kind of parked on these little notches. So that I found that really helpful to get like an extra part made for it so that, yeah, before the fiber didn't have anywhere to like sit and parked when I wasn't actively spinning it, but I like that piece and it's really made a difference for me. It's like one of those small little things that I think I really do enjoy. So that is my current fiber stash, the tools I'm working with, the kind of the projects that I have in mind that I really would like to get through this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of those plans, but I'm going to try. And I like the fact that spinning is just different craft than knitting. It feels like something I'm still enjoying as a hobby. And also I love that I can zone out with an audiobook and just spin. It feels very meditative. It feels very mindless. It feels very calming and relaxing. It's nice. It's just a nice tactile craft and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm not the most advanced spinner. I don't have years and years of experience, but I do have enthusiasm. I'm really enjoying learning about all different fiber breeds. I am loving supporting my friends in their gorgeous fiber dyeing because there are some really skilled people out there. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Stash. If you have any fiber dyers that you recommend, if you have any breeds or blends that you think I should try, drop them in the comments and I will give it a shot. Bye!